y'all. I'm Diana Brianne. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Kenneth. Hey, Vanessa. Thank you so much for being here, my friends. Hey, Heaven Sent. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me give you a blue wrench here if I can figure out how to do it again. It has been about a week since I have live streamed, and I'll tell you all about what I've been doing this last week. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. And I'm so blessed to know you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Well, I'm kind of a mess right now. I did take my shower, my bubble bath, but we just got in a couple of hours ago from our other home on Tybee Island, and it's about a 5 hour drive. And so we were pulling a trailer, not, a trailer that you haul stuff with, because we take like our motorcycle with us, and we take our scooters with us, because that's how we get around the island. Oh, okay. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Can you hear me? Let's see. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, can anyone else hear me? Okay, Heaven Sent, can you hear me? Or let me type in here. And if you can, okay, good. Thank you, Kenneth. Okay. I'm glad. So, Kenneth, you can hear me. Good, good, good. Okay, Vanessa, it might be on your end. I'm not sure. Sometimes I have to restart my computer again. And let me see. Um, so I'm not sure. So we just got in maybe about 3 hours ago. And, it's, oh, good, good, good. Yay, Vanessa. Yay, 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 yay. And hey, Yos and Ying Mendoza, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning to you. Good morning. It's actually nighttime here. And thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. And so we were pulling. Oh, I do it all the time, Vanessa. I do. I do. And actually, before I came on, I was working with one of my other computers, trying to get Wi-Fi for it, because we got like a new Wi-Fi thing for it. It's an older computer in the kitchen, not my main computers, but kind of a side computer. Now it won't work. Now it won't work. So I've got you on there. Thank you, Yols. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, so we when we go to the island is only 2 miles long and a half mile wide. And so it's very, very hard to get parking. Now we have our own house there, but outside of our driveway, if we want to go somewhere, we either walk. I run the beach, of course, but we walk, or we take our bicycles, or we take our scooters. Now we have scooters which are like a motorcycle, but they're not as big as a motorcycle. And we have two of those down there. And then my husband brings his motorcycle. So we have all of this, this stuff that we take with us. So we pull a trailer, which kind of slows us down a little bit to haul everything down and back. And so we went down there. We were down there for about, I don't know, 5 days, 6 days, somewhere like that, maybe 4, 5, 6 days. And I did my videos from there. But because there's so many people around, my family and everyone, I don't usually do a live stream from there, because I don't really have like one place that I would do a live stream unless everybody's out of the house. So, but we had a great time. We really did. The beach was wonderful. The seagulls, I love the beach. I really, really love the beach. And we have had that house since our kids were little. There were babies on the island, and I used to pull them in a little Red Ryder wagon. And I still have that wagon to this day. And I used to fit all three of them in the Red Ryder wagon, pull them on the beach, and it was wonderful. We used to feed the seagulls. Now, of course, the Red Rider wagon is all rusted, but I keep it as a reminder of that wonderful period of our life. And I put it on my front porch and we put flowers in it. So it has, artificial flowers in it. And so it's, just a great memory. So our kids were little there. And so it's like going back, even though now it's a second home instead of a first home, it's like going home again. The island is so small and it's just wonderful. And I have to tell you, Tybee Island has the best bar food of anywhere. It really does. Oh, thank you, Yils. Thank you, Yils and Ying Minoza. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you. You made my day. Thank you. Hey, Marcon Naval. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, my friend, and a blue wrench for you too. I hope you are having a great week. So, I'm a little bit tired and I thought, I hadn't been on. Hey, Lohita Village Kitchen. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so I have to tell you about this hamburger, okay? If you did not see my video called The Best Hamburger Ever, it's like 3 videos back, go watch it. My husband, I'm vegan, so I normally don't eat meat. But if we go out to a restaurant or if we are visiting friends, I'll eat whatever is being served. So that particular day, my husband said, look, there is a restaurant. Oh, thank you, Yules and Ying. Thank you. So he said, okay, there is a restaurant in Savannah off the island because you have to drive off the island. There's a little tiny bridge. Hey, John, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Oh, great, great, great to see you. Thank you, John. Yes, John, I'm home. I'm back home. Just got home a couple hours ago, unloaded everything because we were pulling a trailer, as I was saying, because we take our motorcycles or our scooters with us to ride around the island. And so we just got back. And then I took a bubble bath and I thought, I'm a little bit tired, but I thought, you know what? I don't care. I want to come on. I hadn't been on in a week, even though I made daily videos and put those up. But it's not quite the same as being on live stream. You get to see all your friends, in real time. And so my husband said, he said to me, he said, okay, there is this restaurant. So we don't like to drive off the island once we're there because there's a little tiny bridge and then you have to cross over another island. It's kind of like you jump islands to get into Savannah. And so we just stay out on our little tiny oceanfront island, which we love. And so we went we went into Savannah. And I have to tell you, hey, Nick, welcome, welcome, Nick Giggs, welcome, welcome. And I'm going to give you a blue wrench. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And so we drove into Savannah, and it was this little hole in the wall. It was just like a little bar restaurant. And we had my 2 adult sons with us, they're in their young 20s. And so we went to, and, I didn't know what to expect, because I'm not a meat eater or anything like that. I'm a vegan. But, I said, okay, I'll have a hamburger. I have to tell you, he was so right. My husband was so right. It was the best hamburger I have ever had. And I thought the best bar food was out on Tybee Island because Tybee Island has the best bar food. And I like bar food. It's not necessarily healthy for you, but I like it. I don't drink, but I like bar food. And oh my gosh, this hamburger was awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, John. You're so funny, John. And so we all had a hamburger. And of course, they had the great big hamburger. I had the smaller hamburger. But I have to tell you, it honestly was the best hamburger I ever had and the best sweet tea that I've ever had. And I love sweet tea. And it was homemade sweet tea. You know, it wasn't out of like a powder or anything. It was from real tea bags. But it was so, so, so good. And so we had that. And then last night we went out to my husband's it's a bar restaurant. They're all bars down there, restaurant bars. And we went out and I had like a nachos type of thing. And it was really, really good. But my favorite on Tybee Island is a kind of a rundown sports bar. And oh my gosh, they have awesome food. But we didn't go there this time. We normally do, but we didn't. And so it was wonderful. It was a wonderful time. Yes, yes, my friend. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love Josephina. She's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. And so also I have a 91-year-old. Um, she's more like a second mother to me and a grandmother to my children. She's like part of our family, has been for many, many years. And she lives on the island. And so, I used to, like, sometimes I'll stay with her, but what I do is like I run the beach. So I run from my house on the beach over to her house on the beach. And you know what, Kenneth, I haven't been there. What part of South Carolina? Because we come right through South Carolina, and we're like 3 hours through South Carolina. Most of our trip is in South Carolina. Um, there's a lot of great restaurants, Kenneth, in South Carolina. There really are a lot of great ones. If you like to eat, South Carolina is really the place to go eat. It really is. And so, yeah, so I went over her house every day because she expects me to show up at her house every day. And I sit and talk with her. And she still drives her car. She still mows her own grass. She lives on her own. She's amazing. And she's 91 years old. And she has her mind is so quick. She's got the quickness of a 25-year-old. And she's just so filled with wisdom. And so I'll sit there with her for, a couple hours and we'll just talk, and it was wonderful. Really, really wonderful. And then our little beach house that we've had forever, it overlooks, the lighthouse, and it's just I love it. I love it so much. We sit out there late at night, on the deck, and watch the lighthouse. Oh, okay. Thank you, Yuls and Yang. I appreciate you so much for being here. I hope you come back. I really do. Normally, Yuls and Yang, I am on at 10 o'clock at night. I came on a little bit early tonight because I was a bit tired and I didn't know how long I would be up. But usually I come on at 10 o'clock at night and or sometime in the afternoon, sometimes both. And then sometimes, like in the last week, I have not been on because we've been gone, and my life gets very, very busy. But it's all good. It's all good, But it was so good to get away. It really was. Hey, Nancy, my beautiful friend. Hey, John, welcome, welcome. My friend Nancy does a channel. She makes Barbie doll clothes, and she is amazing. Thank you, Yang. Thank you, Yols and Yang. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And my friend John has a great channel. He does a panel and he brings people up. So if you're not connected to John, you want to be connected to John. His channel is growing so very, very fast. And Nancy, she's a musician, a pianist, beautiful piano work, and beautiful Barbie clothes. Absolutely. Nancy, I think you could just go into such a big business with your Barbie clothes. You are just absolutely amazing with it. Absolutely amazing. And so, John, how are you doing? How are you doing? You know, it's funny because when I come on live, you know, they don't usually put, YouTube doesn't usually push me out, you know, the notification for, you know, until after I've gone off. And then people come on and they think I'm still live and I'm not. So, you know, I just kind of, and I think part of it is I don't give much notice. You're supposed to give like at least an hour notification, and I don't do that. And because I don't know for sure what time I'm going to be on. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. I did. I really needed it. We needed it. And my two sons went. My daughter didn't go, but my two sons did. And, you know, and we, in our house down there, there's always something that needs to be done. And so we had, you know, there's always like, you get a lot of sand down there, you know, and the wind blows, and we had to cut the palm trees. You know, the palm trees, you know, they kind of start to bend over and they start to lean against the house. And so you have to make sure that you're on top of them with the palm trees. And then you know, you chop them down, not the tree, but you chop the palms off of it. And then you have to, you know, take them to the dump. And the funny thing was, while we were there, that night I drove over to Nana's as soon as we got there. You know, my 91-year-old woman, you know, like a grandmother, and it started pouring rain. And on the way back, I couldn't hardly see. Even though the island's really small, it's also dark at night. There's not a lot of light. Hey, Samantha, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, my friend. And there is a blue wrench for you. I hope you are having a wonderful week. So, anyhow, what happened, Tybee Island, they're tearing up all the roads right now and they're putting new sewage in. And so our streets, you know, our street where we live on and all the streets around it are, you know, right next to the beach. And they were all torn up and they had the roads blocked off and the rain was pouring down and I couldn't hardly see. And when I had left, they didn't have the road blocked off. And then when I was coming back, they had the roads blocked off and I wasn't sure how to get down my street. You know, I'll have to look that up, Kenneth. I'll have to look that up. I'm not a big meat eater. You know, I did go out and have the hamburger, and I have to tell you, it was well worth it. Um, you know, Tybee is a very interesting place. It's mostly, you know, the restaurants are mostly bars, and that's kind of how most small islands or beaches are, beach communities are. And so you get used to eating in a bar, you know, and most of them are a bit run down. You know, most bars on the beach are run down. You know, it's just kind of the nature of everything. And so, but it was wonderful. It was wonderful to get away. And so now we're back. Now we're back. Life to normal, so to speak. And you know, when you unpack your suitcases, I don't know if you're anything like me, and I'm very organized, but there's always something I can't find. And so to one of my cameras, I couldn't find the cord to charge it. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was going through everything, dumping everything out, you know, trying to figure out where I had put the camera charger. And you know what, Samantha? I don't, but I love people who do. And I have a lot of crocheted items. And as I grew up, Georgia, Samantha. And as I was growing up, Samantha, my grandma, she always crocheted, she embroidered, she made quilts, you know, she sewed. She had one of the old pedal sewing machines. Like I have two of them. Actually, I have one now. I have one left because the first one I had kind of fell apart, but I had the other one, and you use the pedal to it. Now I have a regular sewing machine too. But yeah, I love crochet. I love crochet. And my grandma, and if you know, I've done 5,200 videos on this channel and hundreds on my other channels. And my grandma, I've showed them in videos, the little sock dolls that she used to make. She would make sock dolls out of socks. And then she would embroider their faces, give them a smile and everything. And I've had my sock dolls probably for 60 years because I'm 65. So she probably made them for me like when I was 5 years old. And they sit in my hallway. They're all made out of socks. And so I love them, absolutely love them. So, how are you all doing? Samantha, can you tell us a little bit about your channel and what it's about? I'd love to hear that. Kenneth, can you put in there a little bit what your channel is about? We all know you, but still let everybody know. Same way, well, I already said Nancy does her channel is amazing. Hey, and John is too. Just Take Me Dancing. Hey, thank you, Just Take Me Dancing. Welcome, welcome. I love that name. Wow. You know what? That is a super channel name. I have to tell you right now, Just Take Me Dancing. I love that name. Your name for a channel is so important. And now, like when I created this channel, I've only been public 2 years, but I created the channel 12 years ago. And I just put my name up. If I had it to do over again, I would call it, something, just, like something very catchy, like Just Take Me Dancing. I love that. How did you find me, Just Take Me Dancing? I'm just wondering. I always love to find out how people found my channel. And but I love your name. I really love it. Nancy, you are so gifted. You are so talented. You really, really are. Um, I hope you do more. And well, Kenneth, that's perfect. Absolutely. If it weren't for people that watch a lot of YouTube, then none of us would have a reason to put up video. So I love that, Kenneth. I love that. And if you don't have Nancy, she is just so amazing. And what I'm hoping, Nancy, to see with you is more content that you can put up, because I'll help you get that content out to people. I'll share it out for you because you are just so amazing. You really are. And John, I don't know if you're still here or not, but I love your channel. So, I have been kind of out of the loop for a week because we have been at the beach and I was determined to just have fun. I was just determined. So, and then when you get back, you got all the mail to go through, all the, phone calls to return. So I thought, before I do all that, I'll just come on. I'll just come on. So, yeah. Yeah. But now I used to do live streaming from Tybee. Good, John. Thank you. Thank you. I used to do live streaming from Tybee Island, from my house down there. But this time it was a little harder because my family was all, mostly in the house and they don't like to be in the live streaming. So I didn't do it. I love that, Samantha. Samantha says, my channel is about crochet stuff and yarn hauls and finished projects. And I do live stream and talk on lives about the crafty world, crochet and knitting. And we talk about what everyone is working on. Samantha, did I meet you originally on Granny D's? Was that where I originally met you? It's kind of hard, to remember where you met people. Some people you'll remember where you met them, but not always. And I have a feeling we met on Granny D's channel. If not Granny D's, one similar to it, because I went to a lot of crochet channels. Or Brenda Land's channel. She does crochet. Brenda Land, Noni May. Now Noni May's changed her name of her channel several times. So I don't know I think it's called Granny Banani with Noni May, or also known as Noni May, something like that. Yeah, John. Yeah. I have a couple. Remember, John, the crocheted toilet roll holders, with they look like a baby doll. I have them. I have a bunch of them. Hey, Bouncer Slab. Oh, thank you. Bouncer Slab, I've been off the grid for a week. So, except for my videos, I haven't done live streams for about a week. So, I'm back now. Welcome, welcome. If you don't have Bouncer Slab and Real Nature, I hope you connect. I really, really do. Thank you. Thank you, my friend, for coming. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the support. That's right, Samantha. I thought that was where we had originally met. Wow. So you are just a newbie in crocheting. And how did you learn to crochet? Because in 10 months. Because I mean, crocheting is a skill. It really is a skill. Kenneth, yes, I'm an artist. I am. I don't, like Passion for Art does her live streams, and it's like a Bob Ross where she paints in front. I don't do that. I'm not good at showing people how to paint because I'm so messy. Yeah, Bouncer Slab. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Wow, Samantha. That goes to show that you can learn just about anything from YouTube. My husband says, like, if you haven't, like, if I can't figure something out, I said, just go to YouTube. Somebody will have it up there, and they do. When do you start your channel? Yeah, Bouncer Slab, you're funny. Yeah, I know what you mean, though. Samantha, I started my channel public 2 years ago, where I actually came and started my videos, but I didn't do any live streams. Okay, in the beginning, probably for almost a year. And prior to that, I had this channel, but it was for everybody. It was for my kids. It was for my kids, and then it became for my kids and my family. Then it became for my kids, my family, and my friends. That's how I got so many wisdom videos, is because I made them for my kids. And then people kept telling me, why don't you make them for everybody? So that was kind of how I came up 2 years ago. I love that. I love that. Hey, Charles, welcome, welcome. My friend Charles is here. Thank you so much, my friend. You are amazing, and I thank you for being here. Thank you. Just Take Me Dancing says, back in 1979, when I dated my husband, he used to always say to me on Saturday night, so what do you want to do tonight? And I'd say, just take me dancing. I love that. What a wonderful story behind your name. Wonderful. Samantha, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, I love stories. Coming on. Oh, really, Samantha? Well, one evening when I bring people up, if you are very, very welcome to come up with me. I bring people up. The only thing is I have to see movement in the little box before you bring people up, because you never know who you're going to get. So that's kind of how I do it. Hey, Mama Cookie, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. And I love the name of your channel too. I love how people, come up with the names for their channel, and it's just amazing. It really is amazing. Yes, Samantha, I do. I do have StreamYard. And most nights I bring people up. I haven't been on for a week. And so tonight I'm kind of just popping on here. But yes, I do. StreamYard is really, really good. The only thing I recommend is, if you are going to do live streams and you're going to bring people up, even if you know the person you're going to bring up, make sure you always see movement in the little box before you bring them up, because sometimes people will, what do you call it, where they copy their profile photo and they come in as that other person, and they're really not. And that's what has happened to a number of different people. Samantha, I normally come on at 10 o'clock. Tonight I came on a little early because I just got in from Tybee Island. I was a bit tired, and I thought, well, I probably will wear out early. And so I thought, well, I will, yes, absolutely, Bouncer Slab, absolutely. And so I was a little bit tired and I thought, no, I'm going to come on early. So I came on about 9:45. But generally speaking, I come on at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And sometimes, and quite, pretty much I come on if I have time during the daytime, which might be anywhere between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Now, I haven't been on for a week. Prior to that, I was on, almost every day, twice a day. Sometimes I'll skip one or the other and just come on once a day. Other times I'll not come on. But for the most part, I've been pretty good about coming on like, at night. But I do get busy. Like if my husband and I are going to do something or go out to dinner or, we have a lot on our plate right now. And so so sometimes I won't come on, or if I'm tired, sometimes you're just tired and you want to just go relax and do nothing. Wow, Nancy, did you change the name of your channel? Because I like that, piano music, Nancy's life. You know what, Nancy, you might want to actually change. That is a wonderful name. I really, really like that. You may actually want to change. It really is best not to have your own name on here like I did 12 years ago. And now I'm, because my other channels, I keep my own name is in every one of my channels. So I do have the 5 channels. Wow, fishing tomorrow and more. Mushrooms next week. Wow. And you haven't posted anything in a while, Mama Cookie? What happens, let me tell you what happens. If you don't put up a video periodically, it will actually sometimes say no content. And unless someone knows to click on videos, and then the content will appear. Nancy, it's pretty easy. Just Google. You know what to do? Just YouTube it. Just say, how do I change my YouTube channel name? And I remember the only reason I didn't do my main channel, change my main channel, was because I've had this up for 12 years. And so I just kept it with my regular name. Bouncer Slab and Real Nature says at Nancy Brown, go to your channel and touch your name. It will give you options. Yes, I think so. I think that's how you do it. Samantha, that's kind of like me now too. Samantha, if you go to the description box, I think I put all the channel names in the description box, but I don't put the links, and I'll tell you why. Just take me dancing. I talk about everything. Most of it's wisdom, motivation, inspiration. But you name the subject, I have 5,200 videos up. I mean, I've talked about everything except politics. Don't talk politics. My 5 channels are What Would Mom Say? Exclamation, Diana Brianne Fairchild. Grandma's House with Diana Brianne Fairchild. Grandma's Porch with Diana Brianne Fairchild. Grandma's Adventures with Diana Brianne Fairchild. So so I have a total of 5 channels, all different content. Every channel gets different content. And I'm thinking about starting doing live streaming on Grandma's Porch with Diana Brianne Fairchild. Now, it's not a very big channel, but, if I could start getting live streaming over there, I may start doing some live streaming over there. I didn't know that, Bouncer Slab. I did not know that. That's interesting. It's sort of like what Facebook does that too, or used to do it. Yeah, Mama Cookie, that's one thing, when I do a live stream and I bring people up, if they start into politics, I change the subject very, very fast. I change it immediately. And then if they go into it, and the reason is we all have our own political views, but it's divisive. And Samantha, you know what? Sometimes I've been on here 2.5 hours, sometimes generally an hour, because I'll be 65. I wear out after an hour. Oh, you are so wonderful, Charles. I truly, truly appreciate you. You are a man of wisdom. And Bouncer, if you don't know Charles, and Charles, if you don't know Bouncer, I hope you connect with each other. I think you'll like each other's channels. I do hope you connect with each other. And thank you, Charles, for being here. Thank you so much, my dear friend. Thank you. Yeah, Kenneth, you're right. Yeah, this is the way it is. Anything my channel is to motivate, to inspire, and to get people to find their own best life. And thank you, Charles. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. And, we have to find what works in our life. Yeah, John. Well, John, for me, if I'm sitting up here by myself like I am tonight, I run out of things to talk about. But normally I have people up here. But even then, I get tired after a while. And then, I have, a family and everything. So, and my husband. And so I usually am up here about an hour, Samantha. And then sometimes I'll be up here, but sometimes I'll be up here a real long time. But the longest live stream I've ever done, I think, was 4.5 hours, and I had to go to bed after. I was too tired. But normally it's around an hour, but 2 hours is usually my max. Sometimes 15 minutes. Sometimes I'll come on and I'll pop on 15, 20 minutes. And if no one pops on, I get off. I get off. I mean, sometimes YouTube doesn't push you out or people are busy. I mean, Samantha, I go to bed, I'm up late. I'm usually the one that's up the latest. My husband he gets up early and I go to bed late. So I'm kind of, my whole schedule's kind of changed. And now I'm sleeping later because I'm a college student at age 64 and a half. But I've taken 5 months off. I will start back in June, and then my schedule will change again. But right now I get up late. And crocheting, yes, anything you do with some repetitive motion is very, very relaxing because it's automatic. And I think in many ways, crocheting is more relaxing than painting. Although when I paint, I'm just kind of in my own world, and I have to kind of be in the mindset to get lost in my painting. Those are my best paintings. My best paintings I've ever done, my best creativity is when I let myself get lost in what I'm doing. So like when you crochet, you can kind of get lost, and it's a good lost because you kind of just are creative. Wow, 7:30 you're going to go fishing. Wow. My two sons fished the whole time we were on Tybee. They go to the pier and they fish. They love to fish. Let me tell you, Just Take Me Dancing, when we had the ice storm here in January, which has now turned me against winter time. Not really, but I mean, we had 3 days without electricity. We have a generator. And thank you, Samantha. Thank you. And I did all that on video. We had a generator and we had to run our whole house on a generator. And let me tell you, I remember Just Take Me Dancing sitting up after my husband fell asleep because it was cold. We couldn't run the heating system in all parts of the house, so we ran the electric blankets. And and we had so my husband would fall asleep, but there was no TV. I had no internet. So I would sit up and I would read in bed with my electric blanket all pulled up, because it was cold. It was really cold. And I sat there with my electric blanket, and I really, really, I would sit up till like 3 a.m. Like you said, just take me dancing. I would sit up till 3 a.m. and I would just read, and my grandmother, she would sit in her rocking chair and she would go to bed at 4 a.m. because grandpa would get up at 4 a.m. He would watch the fire. They had fireplaces and that, and she didn't want to go to sleep until someone was up to watch it. So she would be up in her rocking chair reading her Bible. They didn't have TV. They didn't have all this stuff and all the distractions. Yeah, Mama Cookie. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Ms. Health and Beauty. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And I will give you a blue wrench. There you go. Yeah, Mama Cookie. It is so relaxing. So relaxing. And Samantha, I remember Samantha, my second grade teacher, her name was Miss Irwin, and she would come in and knit. And I learned to knit in second grade. And I remember Miss Irwin, and that was almost 60 years ago. And I learned to knit. She taught me how to knit. So I went out and I bought the what do you call it, the needles and the yarn, and I would sit there. And it is I think if more people did that, there wouldn't be all these problems. I think people would get into a relaxed state. I love that bouncer slab, 102. Wow. I hope I make it that long. I really do. I hope I'm sitting here doing YouTube videos at 102. John, it's never too late. I'm a self-taught artist, and if you've seen my paintings, because I've showed a lot of them, and I taught myself. Oh, Kenneth, I like that. I like that idea. I love motorhomes. And we had two different motorhomes. We traveled 48 states. I homeschooled my children as they were growing up. We traveled 48 states with our children. It was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But now my husband says he prefers a hotel. But yes, yeah. So like, I mean, let me see if I got any. Like, you can see my paintings here. Can you see? Can you see? Like, these are some of my. Can you see them? Yeah. So, but I have them all over my house. I do. Let me just fix that again. Yeah, I have them all over my house. My paintings. That's okay. They'd make them fun. You'd probably get a lot of attention, bouncer slab. John, just whether it's crocheting, whether it's knitting, whether it's painting, whether it's writing poetry, whatever it is that you find that helps you to lose yourself in a good way, it's wonderful. And so when I paint, I only paint if I have time to lose myself. And I love to do that. I love to do things like that. And my most beautiful paintings have come from that period of time where I could lose myself. Because I go to college, as y'all know, I'm a full-time college student. Now I graduated college again last semester. So I took off 5 months before starting a new university. Oh, Samantha, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you come back and visit me. I try to come on most nights. I'm not going to say every night, but most nights I try to come on. And I'm often on, like I said, somewhere between 2 and 4 p.m. Not all the time. I mean, I'm inconsistent, but I'm consistent at being inconsistent. Um, Mama Cookie, you know what? I color, coloring books and crayons. And in my bathroom, I have all the coloring books so that if someone wants to sit there and color, but I keep coloring book and crayons. My sister, as an adult, would color. She was a incredible artist, an incredible watercolor artist, self-taught, incredible. I only have a couple of her paintings now. Bye, Samantha. Thank you, my friend. Sleep wonderful. May you have a wonderful, wonderful sleep, my friend. Thank you for being here. And but do things that relax you so that you can lose yourself, especially if you're going through tough times and difficult times. You know, I told my husband, I said, I want to start painting, you know, because I've been in college and, you know, college took up, I was a straight A student. I'm a 4.0 student at almost 65 years old. I got on the dean's list every time. I got a scholarship and I am going back. Oh, Bouncer Slab, you said, okay, I need to go back. I need to go out back because I, I wonder what those are, Bouncer Slab. Wow. Living in the mountains is beautiful. Pennsylvania is beautiful. It really is. But finding something that can relax you, I think a lot of times people, you know, when they're very stressed, um, if they could find something that they can do that they enjoy, like crocheting, painting, coloring, drawing, whatever relaxes you. Now, you all know I run 5 miles a day, or walk, or waddle, or sprint, or whatever it is that I do. You know, I kind of mix it all up, and that relaxes me. And like I ran on the beach while I was down there. And tomorrow, if it doesn't rain, I'll be out there, you know, on the trail in the morning because that's what I do. As soon as I get up, I go out on the trail. Still life is amazing, Mama Cookie. You know, you're never too old to get back into whatever it is. I mean, like I kind of put art on hold because of school. I mean, it was taking up so many hours of my day because I was taking hard classes, but I want to go back. I need to go back to my painting. I need, because it keeps me very, very relaxed and centered. Oh, just take me dancing. Thank you for being here. And I love the name of your channel. I hope you keep that name of your channel forever because it's magical. It's wonderful. I love it. I love it. What a beautiful name for a channel. So I wish you a great night and a great sleep. And I will probably be, well, I'm not going to go to bed early, but I'm going to go relax in just a little bit myself. So thank you. Thank you so much. You know, when you're here on YouTube, it's wonderful because you make so many friends that you would never have met before. And that's one of the beauties of being here. Hey, Magic, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have not seen you in a very, very, very long time. I hope you are having a great, great, great time. Welcome to you. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you. I gave you a blue wrench there. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. And yeah, Mama Cookie, that's what happened to me because when I went back to college, my college was an hour away, or an hour and a half away, really. Um, Kenneth, you'll have to share it one night when I do a live if you want. You know, I write a lot of poetry. I haven't here lately, but I wrote a lot of poetry. You know, it's poetry is just however you want to write. I love to write poetry. If I had more time, I would write more. My poetry tends to be like about growing older, the little old lady, you know, they kind of have a story behind them. But I love to write poetry. I really, really, really do. And, you know, just finding things that you love to do that relax you, that make you happy, that you feel centered, especially, like I said, when you're going through a difficult and challenging time. My grandma used to, you know, she used to say she crocheted away her worries, you know, and she did. She'd sit there and crochet or embroider. And it helped relieve the stress. and help relieve the stress and worries and fear, because you're putting all of that energy into something creative, whether it's a painting, a drawing, poetry, wherever. And so, whatever you happen to do, just find something that you enjoy. Some people like to sew, with a sewing machine. Some people sew by hand. Some people, just sit and draw. My sister was an amazing artist. I'll have to one day bring some paintings in or whatever. I've shown them on video before. Her, watercolor is very challenging because if you make a mistake, you can't correct it. With oil, you can correct it. And she did the most incredible, incredible work. And she would just get lost in her work, you know. And so, what I have learned is to have something that you do with your hands that you enjoy. Cooking. When I cook, I can kind of get lost in my cooking. Or for me, even folding laundry or, house cleaning, I actually enjoy that. I really, really enjoy that. And so sometimes just, finding something you enjoy to do with your hands that relaxes you. I think, like I said, if more people did that, they would be a lot happier. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And Bouncer, I have been coming on more often now, so be looking for me. Okay, thank you. Have a great night. And Mama Cookie, baking. There again, people don't consider, I mean, baking is very, very, it takes a lot of skill, and it takes time, and it's very relaxing, and it's very creative. Growing up, Mama Cookie, we baked all the time. Now people don't bake that much, but we all get together to do it. It was like a thing that we did together. And I grew up with aunts and cousins and grandparents, and we baked together. We did. Thank you, Bouncer Slab. Normally I'm on at 10 now, 10 o'clock. And so kind of people know to kind of sort of look for me. Now I have been off for a week. And when you're off for a week, people kind of think you're not coming back on, so they quit looking. The important thing is when you're doing a live stream is for you to stay consistent in the time if you can. See, the problem for me is I cannot always be consistent. But I am pretty consistent with the 10 o'clock one. Mama Cookie, I love to clean. I go in my closet. I'm a closet person. I love to go in there and organize my closet. That's another thing that relaxes me is to organize, cleaning and organizing and ironing. Now, I don't iron much anymore. But growing up, we all had the ironing board sitting up. It was just, you never took your ironing board down. It was always up. And because you were always pressing something off, so you didn't need to go put it away. And we would sprinkle, like say, for example, it was a white shirt and it had wrinkles in it. We would dampen it, sprinkle it with a little sprayer with water, and we'd put it in the refrigerator, wrap it up like in a baggie or something, or wrap it up, put it in the refrigerator for a little bit. Then we would we would pull it out, and then we would iron it, and then we would spray starch it, and it was wonderful. Yeah, Mama Cookie, I love shiny windows. Matter of fact, I have to tell you what we did. We took the truck down to Tybee Island, and when I came back, one of the first things I did as soon as I brought in my suitcases and everything is I hosed the truck down because it was covered with dirt from, being at the beach. And I hosed it all down, washed it down. Normally I wax our vehicles every week. I know that sounds neurotic, But I love that shiny, clean look. My windows are shiny. I love my cars to be shiny. I love all that. I love all that. But it's also relaxing. And so just whatever you find that makes you relaxed, that's the most important thing to do. and and so it's fun to relax and just whether it's crocheting, whether it's knitting, whether it's embroidering, whether it's cooking. I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah, Bouncer, you're right. Here on YouTube, you have to but most people are pretty good. I have found, I have one stalker or one troll, whatever you want to call it. And they have been relentless, but I pray for them. But we all get it. The bigger your channel, that when you're here, but most people I have found 99 and 9/10% of people are wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And I have met so many amazing, wonderful people here on YouTube. I really, really have. I really have. Incredible. And then, of course, periodically you'll get one that's not so incredible. And that's okay. That's just part of life. You go out into the regular world. Like we were on I-95 coming through South Carolina today. And I have to tell you, I don't like driving on I-95. I normally go the back roads. It takes longer, but I normally do. I-95 has got to be, to me, one of the worst roads in anywhere. It's only 2 lanes all the way through South Carolina, all the way through on each side. So you have all the people from the north and all the people from the south on these 2 lanes. And people, you got people wanting to go 90 miles an hour, and then you might have somebody going 50. It's just, I don't like that road. I do not like to drive that road. Normally, what I try to do is I've got a map, and it takes me all the back roads, and I would rather go the back roads. It takes about an extra hour, but I like the back roads so much better. I really, really, really do. I really do. Well, you know what? I'm probably going to go. I've been on about an hour, and I thank everybody for coming. I really, really, really do. It's been wonderful it feels wonderful to be back on live stream. And I thank you. And I hope you all come back again. And I'm going to go relax a little bit, spend some time with my husband, and see what my kids are doing, my young adult kids who live at home and go to college. I'm going to see what they're up to. And I'm just going to go and enjoy and relax. So I hope you do the same. And I may be on tomorrow afternoon for a little bit. I don't know. If I do, it's somewhere between 2 and 4. And I never know exactly what time, but people start to look for me then. And usually if I'm coming on, I come on right around, like I did tonight, 9:45, 10 o'clock, 10:15. The latest I'll usually come on is like 10:40, but usually I don't come on, that late. I don't start that late. But hopefully, but right around 10 o'clock, I usually am. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, you did it. I have my whole channel called Piano Music Nancy's Life. Oh, oh, I love it. Nancy, I love that you did that. Nancy, that is a perfect name. Now, let me tell you something, Nancy. You will see your channel grow because of your name. One of the things, when you have it like what you just did, Piano Music Nancy's Life, that is just amazing name for your channel. And I can tell you, now you will begin to see growth on your channel. So that's why content is going to be important. Oh, Mama Cookie, thank you so much. Thank you. I am so glad you are here. May God bless you. And may you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. And I hope you come back. I try to be here, you know, as much as I can, and usually it is every night for the most part. Not every night, but I do try to get on here. And but Nancy, I love that. I love your new name, Piano Music Nancy's Life. That is just amazing. Amazing. Well, I am going to get off of here. I've been on an hour. Thank you. Thank you. And I probably will be on tomorrow night or tomorrow day also. And hopefully I'll have a panel up here. So please come back. And thank you. Thank you. And it's great to see all of you. May God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon again. And I wish you a great, great night. So until then, I'll talk to you soon. Good night.